Welcome everybody to Immortals versus L7. Just want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Fatal Grips. Fatal Grips supplies controller cases, grips. They even have energy drinks called Toxic Waste available in different flavors. We're joined here with Bohemian and Tank Killer. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
And what do you guys project for the outcome with Immortals and L7?
Well, both these teams are very good, right? You have really good players on Immortals, like that's for sure. But on L7, you have very different strats that come out from them. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. So, what do you think, Tank Killer? What do you think is going to happen with these two?
Personally, I have not played against Immortals in a long time. We have played against L7. That being said, L7 running 4 autoloaders this match, which isn't a bad strat because they can take the top of the hill. But my overall predictions is this is either going to be a blowout or this is going to be a close game. If I had to put the favor, I'd say it's favored towards Immortals, solely based on they're the more experienced team. They've been together a long time. I know Smill, Desert, Vlad, Tubbins, they've all played together for a while, as well as Spicy, Willows, and Nate, Loki Pony not being there as long, but they're definitely a team that's been put together.
Vlad actually is
L7,
also another new player, cause he's from
Yeah.
DP.
Vlad
So
was in
I mean,
DP,
but
yep.
he's been playing with them a long time before that. So I mean, it's going to be really good to see this match.
Both teams coming out with 4 autoloaders each, which I mean, it's either gonna work well for them or it's not gonna work at all. Obviously, the cap circle is on the hill, which is why you're seeing the 50Bs and the machines. 57 heavy is not gonna get up there in time, and the bat chat does get up there before anything else. But we will see a hill fight. There's no way to get around of it. I don't like personally playing Himmelsdorf Knight because it's kind of boring. JK spawn has the easier time at winning the hill. It's usually the JK, so the south spawn, you should win every time on this map just because of the way the terrain is set up on top of the hill. If both teams are equal in skill, that is what will happen. Unless you have different strats that obviously roll into that, and if your strat's better than the other team but you're the same level, then you will win the harder spawn. But we will see. I didn't get checked to see which team had which spawn, but
I think L7.
I know in order of tanks.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure
L7
is
north.
Yeah.
So this is their map then, correct? Or is this
It's Immortals map.
This is Immortals map.
This is
But it
Immortals
was
map,
L7
L7 spawn. Okay.
I don't know why they picked North spawn though. They
No,
might be
because
trying to
South
pull
spawn
some-
is easier to win. But
Yeah.
we'll see. In order of the tanks that do get on top of the hill, the Batchat will beat everything up there, followed by the machines that won't be that far behind. 50Bs will be behind them, and then it's 5As, followed by IS7s, followed by 57s, followed by E4s. I guess what L7 has a super conk too.
Yep.
So we'll see. It's interesting. Haven't seen a team yet run the 250Bs and 2 machines. L7 really most likely just going for that top hill control. We'll see though.
Yeah, because I think they want to get on top of that hill because they're going to have the disadvantage in the route up there, while Immortals has the advantage to get up there much quicker. But they are going to be a tank down because things going to be pretty slow to get up there. So definitely going to have the autoloader advantage at the beginning. The 4 autoloaders up there. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, both teams doing basic stuff. We're just going to see a full hill team fight here. The Batchat will get up there before the machines. The Batchat might not be reloaded though. Actually, no, the Batchat 100% will be reloaded by the time they get up there. The machines, while they're ridge peeking, you can track them and pen them just because the way the tracks are set up. The hull armor is above the tracks. So if you just shoot it in the tracks while it's coming over a ridge, you're going to track it and damage it. So this Batchat could, in theory, hold both these guys back if he's a good enough shot. But they might not even peek him. These machines are just so dominant and fast and getting to the top of this hill.
Yep.
It's going to be... They'll be here soon. Obviously, Nate getting in the cap circle.
Yep. And he's
If
just
Nate
looking to get
shot's
some
good
shots
enough
there, I
here.
think. He's just trying to deny hill for as long as possible while the 50Bs get up. The looks of it. But they're just going to push right over. Yep.
It's 2 machines and 2 batches. I mean, they could just push this guy right now, and well, they couldn't get away with it for free, I guess, now that the 50Bs are here. But
Yep. 50B's here, they can't push that. They're gonna have to either just ball it out there or just go down low ground.
Mr. and Mill taking serious shots there. That's a quite a bad
Yep.
peek on them.
Looks
L7
like it's
has
looking
to
to
make
get-
a play right now, or else Immortals will win this fight just because of the tanks they have. So
Yep.
we'll see. It's once these E4s get into the fight, it's going to be rough for L7 to take this back.
Looks like they're having to brawl the bottom side now.
Yep, L7 needs to push that now. They can kill Willows for free. Well, not for free, but they can kill Willows
Yeah,
rather
they-
easily.
They gotta go for this push right now. Well, there's 3 tanks still in the fight, and they have the IS-7 in mid completely occupied here.
They're taking
but
too
they're not gonna
long.
push
It's- no.
Yeah.
Immortals
Takes
has all
a
their
lot to
tanks
go
in position.
defenses. Yep.
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 Hit
There
points
go.
are still the
Smoke.
same though.
Yeah, hit
Tank
points are
going
pretty
down
close,
though.
but
Oh, now
They're
I said that
bleeding
they
now.
were, and now they're.
yeah, now they're bleeding.
L7's
not like
losing hit points
good.
here. The E4's got into the fight. Immortals can just push this super conk really. Yep, they're doing it right now.
Yeah, they're
It's the
pushing
easy
top
push
side.
on the super conk. Ammo rack out of
Yep.
Tubbins. I mean, he would have been dead anyways, but GG's.
Now you're just gonna see a full push from Immortals most likely, or just a slow one. Slowly bleeding them. We got them in a crossfire here. It's just looking very bad.
Yeah, L7, the way their tank setup they had, their setup was for mobility on top of the hill. I don't think the 50Bs got there quite as fast as L7 wanted them to, compared to how fast Immortals also got onto the hill. As I was saying before, North Spawn is a lot easier to win, so I expected North Spawn to win first, so hopefully L7 can win their North Spawn, and then it'll just be on to the next map, 2-2.
Yep.
That's my predictions, at least. That's what I hope to happen. Hopefully we go into a ghost down here, but GG out of Immortals.
Yeah, L7 should have pushed the low side while they had the chance, while they had 3 tanks or 4 tanks out of the fight. It just took too long. Lost out in that game.
What L7 needed to do was gamble. Also earlier, they could have clipped that bat chat almost for free. They could have put more pressure onto him than they did.
Yep.
When
They could have probably taken the bat and maybe a 50B out.
they could have taken the bat
Right
and they
there.
could have put at least 1 or 2 into a 50B and then
Yep.
up a tank. But I mean, damage spread on both teams though is good. No one doing too crazy. The 50Bs and Immortals both doing 3K. If they had some good games, they were allowed to do some work. But otherwise, everyone else just Immortals just did more damage. Not by much. It was a close game, all things considered. Looking forward to the second round. We'll see. I think we'll just see another hill fight again. I don't think we're going to see
It's gonna be a hill
fancy,
fight.
any flanks, but
We
Um,
might see L7. They've been known to do some weird stuff. I've seen a lot of weird things come out from L7 because I played with a few of these guys, and they like to pull out some weird strats. So you might see something very out of the ordinary.
I mean, there's all different sorts of opportunities you have, at least on this map for the beginning of the match, in terms of vision and crosses you can get. Like, for instance, from North Spawn, you could send a bat chat or 250Bs all the way to B3 to clip out what's going on to the hill. Of course,
Yep.
you can just turn around all the tanks that are going, or you have the turrets of all the tanks climbing up the hill that can return fire, but you can do that. You can send tanks to the middle, so F3. So a very solid strat to do is your L7, okay, you pick 250Bs, you're sending your 50Bs all the way down to B4. This is very obvious. Immortals knows this. They only get off 2 or 3 shots in the side of something, but then the 50Bs have to relocate to D4, and they can clip something that tries to push around the castle for relatively free, which you could do. There's not a lot in terms of options on this version of this map. I don't think Himmelsdorf Night is the most competitive of the Himmelsdorf variants. I believe, which one is it? Himmelsdorf Winter is the one that you spawn on top of the hill. In my
No,
opinion,
it's
better.
It's a normal Himmelsdorf
Which
that you get.
normal
you spawn on top of the
Himmelsdorf?
hill.
when you spawn on top of the hill, in my opinion, it would be the best for competitive play, just because you can actually you can play every part of the map. You don't just have to play the hill. Whereas, you know, the cap circle being on the hill on this one, you're gonna go to the hill no matter what. You can't lose cap circle control at the top, so it makes for overall boring fights. But I'm not in charge of the tournament.
Yeah.
I just think the other Himmelsdorf's more fun. But we'll see. I think you're gonna see kind of the same tanks out of both teams.
Well,
Not
my
gonna see
thing
much
for
variation.
the normal Himmelsdorf, I always find that people always just camp train yard, north spawn. That's just me. I feel like it's a very boring fight most of the time when I fight Himmelsdorf normal. So, I mean, could be difference on EU, but
Not just
that's
on.
what
I mean, I've
mostly
played
see.
with NS, NL, 7F, TNG. It just depends on the team you're playing against. We've gone over the hill before. You could sit back. I mean, I can say personally, I've not played with a lot of teams that have enjoyed camping. Now, the mouse, I'm just gonna say right now, is going to be most likely utterly useless this
Yep.
game.
We're
Just
seeing
gonna
a very
throw that
different
out there.
strat from them.
But if their strat rotates around it, then maybe we'll get something. But as of now, I'm going to put this in Immortal's hands, solely based off the mouse. I mean, I know L7 likes being creative, and if this would be 2 or 3 years ago, the mouse was in a really good state on console. The mouse might have been viable, but the fact that the battle is going to happen on top of the hill, and whoever wins the hill wins the match, the mouse is going to take forever to get up there. And it's not like you're going to push the mouse with any tank, because you're not. So
Yeah, no, you're not gonna push a 180
hopefully
ton tank
Immortals,
up that hill.
hopefully Immortals gets another tank in soon, or else they're going to be playing 7v8. I don't know if they know that or not.
Yeah.
I would assume it'd be
Otherwise-
Willows or Nate.
Pretty sure it's actually still Tubbins calling.
No, I mean like for the last pick. I'm saying it should be.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll be Willows or Nate. And who was it?
Oh, they got it in the nick of
was
time.
Murphy. I was wrong. Or who was it? No, it was Desert or. I don't know. I'm not watching a stream.
I don't know either.
I wasn't paying attention. But if I had to say right now, I'm gonna go with Immortals on this one, solely because of the mouse pick and because this is Immortals map. So clearly Immortals was, they have something down for this, some strat for this.
Yep.
But we'll see what the mouse is gonna do. I'm interested because he's useless everywhere unless they just send him to snipe around the hill.
It's gonna be very interesting what they do with this mouse for sure.
It's not like he's pushing all the way across. It's not like he's getting on the hill in a timely fashion. So the mouse is the wild card. I honestly think they're going to use him as a sniper, sniping up on the hill. Which I mean, if they're doing that, there's better tanks. But we'll see. We'll see. Murphy in the match end. Yeah, Immortals is going to get up there way before L7. But north side is the better side to win for the castle, as we were speaking before. So we'll see.
We'll just see for this one.
Mouse already tracking behind. Even the Super Conquerors leave the mouse in the dust.
Yep.
You can see on L7, so...
We're seeing a machine
Alright, here we
push,
go.
I think towards mid.
Double machine push. They will most likely come up behind and clip these guys.
They're going straight to mid. I think they're gonna try to go for the different clip here. I don't know what these guys are doing.
I think they are going to clip these guys in the back, but 50Bs are just better at doing it. You can have the APCR clip plus the increased alpha to do what they're doing here, but if they want to use the machines, more power to them. I think what they're attempting to do, which I don't know if it'll work, is just buy time for the mouse. But as you can see, they're not going to catch anyone. What they will catch is Immortals slowly climbing the hill, but the E4s haven't even crossed yet, so these E4s could peek. Nice shots by the 57 heavies. They were looking for it, as we said. E4s are peeking. These machines cannot peek. Ooh, low-key ammo rack gone. Tubbins is going to hold his cross. Try to get a shot in here. See if Tubbins can hit. If Tubbins can hit one of these guys, it's going to be really bad trays out of these machines.
Yep. No, they're just pulling off now. They're not going to poke on that. They saw it. Good trade for the Immortals there. Took one shot for, what, 2 shots on the Rip NA West?
Yep.
Or one back? Yeah.
And it was one shot out of 100mm for 2 120. So, Mouse, not even a quarter way up the hill, still climbing. Immortals knows they have the advantage here.
Panda and Spoot did not get spotted there, I think, when they were going low ground.
Yeah, but they're spotted now.
Yeah, now they're spotted.
Immortals knows they have the overmatch. As soon as Sir Tubbins gets up here, it's gonna be pushed. Non-sensual is on fire. He's dead.
Yeah.
50B and 57 Heavy are soloing this flank. They just went into a 4v2 and killed 2 tanks for it. Murphy's in on this 5A.
Yep.
Mouse is still
Machines are coming
not
up
even
back,
halfway
but
up the
they're
hill.
just not gonna get in time on this battle.
No, they're not. It's unfortunate. Cantrell Kid's the focus right now. You're gonna see his hit points go down here in a second as soon as everyone starts getting reload. And the machines are in the fight now. They're gonna kill Pony.
Loki goes
It
Amaranth.
is most likely too little, too late.
Yeah, and this mouse did not get in the fight. Yeah, like it's
No,
the
he's still
machines
climbing. I
pushed
think
out of
he's
it.
got 1 shot out.
Hasn't been anything, done any damage. It's completely
They're
useless.
just gonna
this
push him.
game.
Yep, they're pushing him. E4 versus Mouse. You're gonna see some fun just APCR through the upper plate. He will get to his side though. 875. Balanced tank, the E4.
And very balanced. 390
4v.
APCR pen.
Murphy ramming the machines. Not the best play out of Murphy, but you know. Style points. 50B ramming machine, that's a little better. The Mill being the last tank alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. GG
I mean-
to Immortals. It's their map pick.
Those machines were just useless there. They did get in the battle, and then you had the mouse that was just slugging behind, trying to climb up the hill while everyone else is dying around him.
Yep. Yeah. Both IS-7s on L7 doing 0 damage. That hurts. Mouse only doing 2 shots. That hurts too. 5A only doing, or no, Mouse doing 1 shot plus the ram damage. My bad. 5A doing nothing. I mean, yeah, I think it was a combination of the Mouse not being in the fight and the fact they sent their machines up behind Immortals instead of sending them around to shoot them up at the castle, which they could have clipped the 50B and the 57 Heavy out if they would have sent them in a sniping position. And that could have been a completely different game because then, in theory, the machines' guns would have been in the battle. But,
Yeah.
this is just
those machines just were useless down there. Only got 1 shot
Yep.
in, and that's it. That's their
Perfect
entire impact on that
execution.
game.
by Immortals there. They knew they had to push. They knew they had the overmatch. So it was GG. We are going into L7's map. I don't know what map they picked,
It's
but
Cliff. They're picking Cliff,
Cliff.
and Immortals wants right side of the lobby. I pray for you, Wolf. I really do.
Cliff
It's a very
is,
big game.
in my opinion, also a very boring map to watch, but since they took out the climb at, I believe it's E or F4, I can't remember the exact grid scale. Climb that watches the
F4.
cap circle. Yep,
Yeah.
F4 climb.
Well, you could still get up there, but that's classified how you actually get up. So,
But they removed that, patched it most of the way, the easy way up.
yeah.
And it's just boring now. So you're either going to see a bull push, or you're going to see not a bull push. There's a few things you can do here. I personally hate playing this map. There's a lot of RNG spawns that get involved in terms of your tanks if you do want to do a bull push. So it's difficult to do. And then it's just overall boring to watch. I don't think Cliff's that competitive anymore because of the current meta, but we'll see what these clans can do about it. We'll see what's going to happen here. So
We might see something weird from L7, because obviously this is the map they've been trying and, you know, practicing on, so we might see something.
yeah,
Probably like light tanks or something weird.
and light tanks aren't weird, but I would if they throw
Well,
up.
no, like,
Um,
probably. So,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
there's a spot at G1 you could put a Panzerwagen, but he might use it, but probably not, because
You mean up in the
not that
climb,
effective.
or do you mean like in the bush?
in the climb. He might use it there,
Yeah,
or he
I
might even
mean,
use it in the bush.
mm.
But it's not that.
G1
useful, so-
climb is semi. kinda
Immortals
useless.
has south spawn.
Immortals has south spawn.
So then
Yeah, so-
L7 is north. Okay.
L7 has north, so there's a few different things you can do
My
here
apologies.
depending on what they
Immortals
want to
has
do.
north spawn. L7
Immortals
has
has
Oh,
north
okay.
spawn.
Yeah,
L7
I
has
looked
south.
at it wrong.
Okay. Immortals, if I had to guess, this looks like a bull push. which
Definite bull
to be
push here.
expected. Immortals is very good at pushing, focus firing. L7 can't really tell what they're going to do with 2 super conks. There's not a lot of different things you can do. If you take bull, usually the enemy team takes hill.
Yep.
And vice versa. If you take hill, the enemy team's going to take bull. So it's semi-boring. You can throw artillery in this map for a little bit of flavor if you're a good team and you can execute it well. And if you have really good artillery drivers, I know at UNL we're blessed to have Gary, Psycho Pooch, so he's a very good artillery driver. We like playing him, but both teams. L7 could push bull with that setup too if they got good spawns. If the super conks get good spawns, that's an easy bull push. E4's in the I7. We might see a bloodbath here in the bull.
It's going to be definite
I
bloodbath
mean-
in the bull with that lineup Immortals has. We're going straight into bull.
I'd say Immortals is 100% pushing bull, with the exception of I don't think one of their bat jets will go on. They could hold their bat jet somewhere. L7 is a bit different. It's difficult for the super conks to get in bull unless they have really good spawns. The IS7s and the 5A in the machine obviously make it, but then they have to fight 5As machines and at least one bat jet, I'd say, and an IS7.
Yep.
With Pony probably being the only tank that won't go in unless he gets a really good spawn. But we'll see how the execution is going to be. This is L7's map, so they should have a strat from this side. So we could just be completely wrong. They're going to play like EF9 for some reason. Who knows?
Yep.
Play the super long flank. But we'll see. I'll say the tanks that are going to win this game on L7's side is going to be the E4 in the machine. And on Immortal side, the tanks that would win it for them are going to be the Batchats. So I'd watch out for those tanks. They're the most uniquely, they're in the most unique positions on each team. At least they should, but we'll see. All right. L7 spawns are okay.
Get a single
Immortal
super conk though.
spawns
Big Slice got the
are
bad spawn.
also. Yeah,
Very
I'd
bad
say
spawn.
Immortals definitely has better spawns than L7 for taking bull. Big Slice spawning all the way back there. If they were gonna push bull, is nothing good,
It's
and
gonna
it
be very
does
bad.
look like they're gonna try to push bull. And Immortals is also going to push bull, with the exception of the Batchats. They will send the Batchats up and around to shoot into bull in about 30 seconds. Both
Loki
teams
Pony's just
seeing each
gonna
other.
go to D1 here in farm. By the looks of it, this is gonna be his
Cantrell
best
Kid
spot.
is going to get nuked.
yeah,
Cantrell
L7
Kid
just going straight in.
191. Blue F1, one shot. Desert needs to
One
kill
guy down.
Cantrell.
Desert's gonna go
Desert's the
down
next
here.
focus. See, we either can do the Batchats are gonna get into the fight right now. There you go. These Batchats can either
Nate's
win or
gonna-
lose this game for Immortals. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Cut you off.
Nate's dead. I think they're gonna go for Plaid next. And Sweetwood. This is looking
Benny
very good
West
for
is a
L7.
one-shot. I was having up on trades. They need to get Rip NA West out of the game, and these Batchats really have to start making a difference here. Damien will probably go down here.
Yeah, Damien's gonna go
Plaid is
down.
the next focus.
Yeah,
There we
Vlad's
go.
going down.
Loki's
get
still
him
on
down.
a super cross.
Yeah, L7 has to
Vlad
get
will go
inside this
down.
bull more so that Loki cannot get any shots in them.
Loki is just farming them. Smoke showing 12 being a one shot now. Now, what do we have? 5v3. Still either team's games with the Batchat still being alive. Smoke showing being a one shot. Big Slice having a majority of the hit points, and who else? Spud AE having a lot of hit points too for Immortals.
Willows just
Willow's
took the dominant
nice
position
shot.
at F2. It's a very dominant position if you get your bat here. He's
guys-
just to be able to farm and hide himself.
The play here out of L7 is they need to push that Super Conqueror. They can't push the Batchats, they're too fast to be found. A good Batchat player, you're not going to get found on this map, you're just going to get danced around. L7 could secure dominance on this game. Big Slices cannot get clipped by that Batchat. Big Slice could just push the Super Conqueror in a 1v1 situation. But
Yeah, they
Willows
gotta get
is
Willows
going
out
to...
here. They have
I
to.
think that is the play. But Smill is going to kill the 5A. I believe he's tracked there. 5A is going to be coming out on a 2-shot. Willows, see if Willow can get this guy. Low-key rotating out. Big Slice rotating in. Willow's most likely going to kill Panda Cakes here. Yep.
Yep. Willows takes the shot though from pure nonsense.
Ooh, ammo
That's
rations,
really
buddy.
close
That's the
here.
repair kit. It is very difficult to push Willows out in that position. Because they do not know that, well, I mean, it isn't right now because Smill isn't holding the cross, but they don't know that. And Willows is one shot, so I think L7 is going to win this just because of a little bit of a misrotate on Smill.
Yep, there you go. Willows goes down. But it looks like pure nonsense is
Non-sensual.
gonna get farmed in the back from Loki. Loki pokes up here.
Loki's still got a bit to go.
Right.
Non-sensual will get swatted there. Big Slice still being full HP. I mean, Immortals can still win this, but it is looking more L7's map. We'll see what's going to go on here. Immortals having cap pressure. I believe Non-Sensual having a majority of the hit cap points.
Yep, and he's behind the
And
hill,
he
so
is
he can't get shot here.
Tucked right in there, yep. Loki reloading
So
a hash round,
Loki's-
most likely.
Loading the hash here. Looking to reset Big
Reset
Slice.
Big Slice. Yeah.
Smells rotating in. They're gonna go push.
Nice reset.
Loki takes a shot for that. Not a good trade. Smill trying to think the climb's still there, but he just realizes he can't go up.
Big Slice still. They can just keep bleeding. Big Slice keep resetting for a bit longer. I think Big Slice is looting these trades. No, he's not losing these trades. Never mind. I haven't seen what he
No,
was
he's
doing
not.
to Loki.
Eventually, Pure will have
Batchat.
to get reset in order to keep him.
They're gonna have to reset if they want to stay in this.
If I was Immortals here, honestly, I would just call Batchat to just run. Let them cap out. There's no point. If L7 wants
Yep.
full points for this match, they have to kill all, so there's no point in letting L7 kill all. There's no point in that, so we'll say give it 15 seconds and
Looks like
Smill's
Smill's gonna
going
go
for
for the reset. Yeah, Smill's going for
good
the reset
plays
here.
on Smill. If he gets double tapped here, though, he's dead. Non-sensual
Oh.
missed.
There you go. He gets,
Squid
he
A.
gets a shot. There you go. Now they just gotta push Loki, and boom. Now they get the extra points for killing all.
GG
L7.
L7. To be fair, it was a very close game. It could have gone either way. Smill, unfortunately, rotating. He was reloading anyway, so he wouldn't have been that big of a threat. The only thing he could have done is like get himself spotted. But Batchat's doing fantastic that game. Out of Immortals, 3k damage each. It was the machines that actually let them down. Getting insta focus heading into that bowl, and then Non-Sensual doing 4k in the IS7, Big Slice doing 3k in the Super Conqueror. The big people on their side too. So, yeah, it was just that could have went either way there, just like the Himmelsdorf match, the first Himmelsdorf match, I should say. The second Himmelsdorf match was not an either way fight, but
Nope.
That one was definitely close, like we just said. Bloodbath in the middle, making the score 2-1 Immortals. GG. I'm sorry, 2-1 L7. My bad. Or no,
Immortals has
It's
two.
2-1 for
I'm
Immortals.
crazy. Yeah, so Immortals is winning 2. That's L7's first win.
Yep.
So you see, this is L7's map, so I always say this whenever I'm commentating. If you do pick the map, you are semi-expected to win both sides. You know? I mean, that means you have a strat for it. That means you've worked on this. Immortals being an experienced team, though, I mean, you never know what can happen. there's certain discrepancies that you can see with their strats, and with L7 strats, that is, that Immortals might be able to see through and see what they're doing. Because Immortals definitely has the experience on these guys, but it's going to be interesting going into the second match what L7 does, because this is the more, they're going into the more flamboyant side of what you can do.
Yep. Looks like Willows is going to bring in 50B here for Southside.
Good pick. 50B still a really good tank.
Yep.
Not as good as it should be, but still good. I know personally in my clan, a lot of the lower clans and a lot of the we'll just say a lot of clans are trying to force feed machines into strats where they don't belong. The machine is a phenomenal tank, however,
It's
it
just
is a very
sometimes
basic
50B is
vehicle,
just better.
and not only that, I mean, the machine is. People are just starting to figure out it's easy to pen. If you can keep them spotted, they're not going to do well. So a machine peeking another heavy tank on a ridge is going to lose the fight all the time based off the gun they have, based off the armor they have. The machines are good for countering medium tanks, with the best being bat jets, or countering light tanks. Or
Sure.
you need to sneak them around and get them in a position where they can clip something out instantly and get out. If you have a machine versus a heavy tank in a 1v1, or in any situation, I shouldn't say, in a 1v1 a machine should also win, just because it's a machine. But if you get 2v2s, you start getting into that realm, machines really start to struggle.
Yep.
The key to the machine is keeping it hidden or just clipping something for free. And if you can't do that with them, they're not going to do well. So on maps like this, they don't really work too well if you get them into a big heavy tank fight, because they are the insta-focus. A 50B hull, you know, even more so than 50Bs, like machines get focused out more than 50Bs because everyone, you know, they're the new tank, they're rampant, we're going to shoot those first. And they just don't work, or they do work, they don't.
Yeah. It's also like the 50Bs have more kill potential too. In most situations, you're going to get more out of them because you're
Yep.
you're going to be poking out, and you want to get that clip potential out, so you want as much damage as possible to get out as fast as possible. Well, with the
Not only clip potential, but APCR too.
yep,
The
APCR
rounds they
too.
have much more reliable.
Yep.
Machines would work better on a map like Steppes, Moravenka, maps that you can get them on ridges versus other medium tanks. Sand River, they work phenomenal on. Cliff, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they don't need to be set into this round. But both teams do have them, so we're going to see what's happening here. This could be another bloodbath in the bowl based on the tanks everyone's picked. We'll see if Immortals comes out on top. We'll go to Ghost Town, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm sorry,
we can
no,
see
we
a
want
Ghost Town.
L7 to win. We want L7 to win this, so we
Yep.
go into Ghost Town, don't we? Okay. L7 needs to win this. Let's go. Immortals getting fantastic spawns though. With none of their tanks getting the trash K3
Very
spawn,
good spawns for Immortals.
and L7 also getting good spawns. They're a bit clustered there, but they can make it work if they're smart enough. They can get an E4 to get 1 or 2 punishing shots in.
And also their super
Disappear L7's
spawned real close too.
L7's not pushing wall. Okay. So this is going to be interesting because Immortals will push and take wall.
Yep. Damon already spotted here.
Yeah,
For a
Damon
spawn.
lucky not taking shots there for that cross. That could have been really bad for him. Ooh, putting a shot in the flat, nice shot. He spots everyone else going in. L7 has this information now, they're gonna have to make it work.
Willows gets tracked.
Cracking the
Oh, no.
50B.
Yep.
It's a shame Smoke could have peeked on this and
Yeah, Smoke could have peeked on this
dumpstered
earlier,
one of
and he
them.
could've hit for 850. Smacked him real quick.
He is peeking way too far out now though. To get a shot into Willows, I would assume, and it's a miss. Hopefully he doesn't get punished too hard. 371.
L7 bleeding here though on the cross.
Stang putting a shot into the back of a teammate there, trying to hit the floor.
Spud's gonna die here. Mill will peek out on these guys and kill them. These two machines are in a full crossfire. It's a bit of a misplay on L7's part, unfortunately.
Well, they actually might take out this bad chat.
No.
Oh, and Spud
Will
gets
get away.
wrecked.
Willows and the machine.
That one just casually drove up. Didn't even get lit.
And L7 pushing in.
Tubbins is gonna kill this machine now, easy. Yep. 50 beat versus machine. Fortunately, L7 needs to try to do something with it. Desert Storm still being full health though. Big slice. All of these tanks being low, with the exception of Cantrell Kid. Cantrell Kid needs to
They're gonna go for the push right now.
But he's not. Big slice is one shot now. Desert can just open.
Yeah, they gotta get Desert
Willows
now.
can kill them.
Yeah, Willows are just gonna have free farm here. Farm in the back, and you got Machine and Tubbins in the back here too.
Yep. It's unfortunate. Like I was saying before, the machines, they were kind of force-fed into that. You got your machines and you have this mobility, you think you need to use it, and they just used it and they went straight into a crossfire with a bat shot. Just a slight misplay. If those machines would have came in from the other direction, nullifying that bat jet, L7 could have won this. It could have been a closer game than it was, but GG to Immortals. This game, they played that well. We'll see how much damage those machines are able to do. I think probably not a lot, probably a clip each, if that. But yep, doing hardly anything. Nonsensical, only able to pen one shot. That really hurts. Over on Immortal's side, Desert Storm farming 3k damage, and the Nate and his machine doing 3k damage because they were pushing into him. Actually, I don't know who he was shooting that whole game. I can't confirm. I think he killed those machines there.
Helped kill machines and then went up behind to kill all around the mountain. So.
Yep. You cannot have machines getting shot at. Too many teams are using them as if they have armor, but they don't. I mean, they do. Well, they do on paper, but realistically, they don't, because good teams know where to shoot them. You're gonna get penned. You're gonna get the focused. Left or right of the lower plate, you're gonna pen. I mean, and that just shows L7 put their machines in the line of fire, and Immortals put their machine hull down behind other heavy tanks. So. GG to both teams. I personally think this could have gone either way for both teams. This was close, really close. You know, for L7 being a newer team, playing Immortals. A couple different things went L7's way. They could have won these games. So, but definitely GG. I do know that these teams will play each other again later on in the season. So we will see what L7 has to bring out then, if the same maps are picked. In terms of commentating, I think, you know, they just so happen to pick the two most boring maps in the entire league. But who knows?
Very straightforward.
Next time
strats,
we might see in fun maps where there's rotations and where we actually get to see some outplaying instead of out brawling, out trading, which is fun in its own right, but just, you know, not as fun as seeing full rotations out of teams and counter plays and fancy tanks. But GG's.
Yep.
I'll say it again. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Obviously, that will be the end of it again. Want to give another shout out to our sponsor, Fatal Grips, where you can get controller grips, cases, and accessories. They even have a little section on their website at fatalgrips.com that has little energy drink packets you can get. It's called Toxic Waste. You can get them in a little miniature 50-gallon drum with several packets in it, or you can get like a box of a energy gel as well. So thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one. Later.